Okay, right, by the end of this video, you are going to realise how sick you really have become. Because your garden is a reflection of you as a person. And anyone with a let's call it, what should we call lawns?
A monocrop.
It is basically a monocrop. But let's go even further than that, Luke, to say it is just a lifeless, dead, wasted piece of land.
It is. It's a wasted opportunity.
And that reflects you. You're a wasted opportunity. If you are growing a grass lawn, that's what lawns are made of, typically, in the United Kingdom, there is an epidemic of grass lawns in the United Kingdom, where people can't seem to think of any other thing to do with their back garden than grow a piece of grass. A lawn to me is almost like a blank piece of paper. I'm not an artist, but I can imagine they think that blank piece of paper is wasted. Yeah. I've got a pencil here, and even a pack of colouring pencils, but I can't seem to think of anything else I can do with this piece of paper. That's what's happening in your mind, and it's fair to say you're pretty lost if you're in that place. Especially considering there is no food available anymore. Any healthy food, if you're eating real food, isn't available in this country. We don't live here anymore. We're coming back just go on.
And if you haven't figured out already, we don't eat grass.
Yeah.
Humans don't eat grass. So why grow so much grass? That's the question.
Yeah, we're not cows. We do actually follow plant-based diets, and I know people like to think those people who are vegan eat grass and grass only, but that isn't true.
Yeah,
even though, by the way, some of the strongest animals on the planet do eat grass, so don't mock those animals.
Don't mock it too much. Because, yeah.
But anyway, let's address the main objections that people have. First of all, I'm doing a lot of talking here, so you can do the first one.
Well, no wonder we've probably already got a lot of people backs up now.
Yeah, well, people
are so defensive over this subject. They love their lawns.
They love their lawns to the point they will care for their lawn like a baby.
It's like manicuring it to the next level, making it as nice and green, as neat and lush, thick.
I know you feel very attached to your lawn. I know you feel very attached, but it's time to step away. It's time to step away from the lawnmower and step towards, we'll get to that at the end of the video. But Luke, first one, people say, oh yeah, but I like my lawn. It's nice having a nice lawn.
Yeah, that's true. It is nice having a lawn. But you don't understand how important it is to not have a lawn because you don't realise what you're missing out on by growing grass.
Yeah, well go on, explain. This is something called opportunity cost.
Learn that in economics. If you went to school.
They didn't learn it. You didn't learn it because you would know the massive opportunity cost of having a grass lawn like the one behind us when Luke explains.
Well, you brought up opportunity cost.
Go on quickly. No, seriously, serious. Don't mess around.
I think it's more about supply and demand. That's what I think it's about. The main opportunity cost is, you just highlight it there, is growing grass instead of growing food. Right? Obviously, you're not going to care about that if you don't realise how important it is to grow food in the first place.
Yeah, because objection there, they go, yeah, but I can get food at the supermarket.
So first, let's address that issue. First of all, you're probably not even eating the right diet. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables that you can grow in a garden, right? And then you're probably thinking, but if I want to have fruits and vegetables, I can just go to the supermarket and buy it. But that is where you're wrong a second time, because that is where most people, unfortunately, fall victim to mass farming, mass agriculture, where they think they can buy the same quality of produce from a supermarket shelf, which is literally impossible if you've got any taste buds, any sense, to realise that what is on the supermarket shelf is not real food anymore. First of all, it tastes like cardboard. I mean, that's
yeah. We're not even talking about the processed food. We're talking about the actual fruits and vegetables, the fresh produce, fresh that was picked over a week ago, probably. Yeah, in another country that's been probably put in some form of gas to preserve it. Yeah. Okay, so we're not even talking about junk food processed. We're talking about actually the fresh produce. Yeah. That there is no nutrition. It is not. It doesn't taste good for a reason. Yeah. The reason you don't like fruits and vegetables is because you're not even eating real fruits and vegetables how they're meant to taste.
And then you're probably still thinking, but why is it important to grow food? Well, if you actually understand that you are what you eat, quite literally, if you're eating bad quality food, you're not going to be healthy. You're not going to be a healthy person. And it's funny you bring this up because Croatia, where we're going next week for tennis, most of the people in Croatia believe it or not, are quite healthy people. So if you're looking around the UK today and you see an epidemic in poor health, basically just the collapse of health of the whole country, then the lack of growing food is probably one of the main reasons for that.
I'm not going to lie, my local town, I'm not going to say what it is pretty much filled with zombies.
Yeah.
Half dead zombies. Some of them might as well be dead. They'd be suffering less. And this is because of it, it's because of grass lawns. It's because of grass lawns. Because if you go to somewhere like Croatia or Slovenia, and they're quite known to have this kind of setup, probably just because of tradition, but at the end of the day, they are still getting the benefits of having these vegetable gardens and having that food, the fresh produce on their doorstep like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and no wonder they're so strong, healthy. The children don't look sick, overweight, on all kinds of pointless medications. You get the point.
Yeah. But this same point of I like my lawn, I want to keep my lawn, it's nice, can be, again, we can go into this point further, the fact that people don't even understand, you probably don't understand, how uninspiring and pointless having a lawn is compared to having a food forest. If you have a food forest that's growing food and it's a haven for wildlife and nature, you'll soon realise it's a lot more interesting and a lot more pleasant to spend your time in than a boring blank canvas of grass.
Just imagine sitting out, putting a chair in your lawn and thinking, wow, there's nothing here.
Not much going on, is there?
Versus even just a vegetable garden. Let's not even talk about big food forests because that's not reasonable for a lot of people. But just like a little vegetable garden where you can actually watch. There's a purpose to your space, to your land. Like, all right, we're actually producing something here, and you feel more connected with your own land. This is the problem. You have outsourced, and you think the farmer this is all taken care of. You think your food situation is being taken care of. Well, it's not. Not just in terms of the lack of nutrition that you can find anywhere these days, but even the food supply itself is currently very threatened.
Yeah.
So,
honest, even if you've got a tiny little garden and you think, what is growing food in this little spot going to do? It's not going to make a dent in the amount of produce that a big farmer can make, and I can buy from. But the point is, everybody has a little part to play, right? There's tiny gardens all over. There's tiny little lawns on pretty much every single house you drive past. If all of them were taken advantage of, instead of growing stupid little grass lawn, then there would be an absolute oversupply of quality produce. So it's not about like, I'm going to supply the whole neighbourhood. No, it's everybody should be playing their little part and growing a little bit, even if it's just to supplement their diet or to create, just as a whole, a more abundant community. That's the overall goal here. It's not about providing for everyone from your garden.
But even just like one apple tree, one plum tree, that can provide more of your daily food needs than you think.
Anyway, we did actually go quite off. I like my lawn because that was the whole point we made in this one. Well, can we just cover time quickly?
Time. Yeah, I don't have time to be managing a garden, a vegetable garden or a food forest.
Yeah.
I'd rather just spend hours mowing my lawn, putting fertiliser on, which I'm sure a lot of you still do, which is very unfortunate. You're that sick in the head that you think you should put chemicals
it's funny, though,
on your own land. And then, by the way, even the water. You think this is extreme, I know people think, but even the water, say it's a dry summer day and you think I need to hose my lawn. You are literally spraying chemicals onto your lawn from that water supply. Not a small amount, like a significant amount. In fact, this is one of the ways the fluoride companies are discarding fluoride, because it used to be a waste product, but they thought, we sneak it just in small amounts to the water supply. We can just disperse it evenly across the entire land. So you're doing a job for them. Well done.
That was a bit off topic, but I'll let you have that point. But I went on to time, and again, you probably already are spending quite a lot of time making your garden look as neat as possible, because there is a little bit of a competition going on between every single neighbour. You see it, they have this obsession with the most immaculate lawn possible, right? So they do mow it regularly, they do water it, they do fertilise, they do what they can. They want a nice lawn. If they spent that same amount of effort on growing a vegetable garden, they would have a very, very nice, productive vegetable garden.
By the way, fruit trees don't require... I need to clear my throat, it's a very important point. Fruit trees do not require any time. If you set it up like we teach you how to, they don't require any time, and that's just food abundance without any effort.
Yeah.
So
That's the
forget
way
that.
to go. That's
But
the
yeah.
way to go. That's a more growing specific.
And bushes
video.
as well, berry bushes, all
Perennial
those kind of
plants.
things. Perennial plants.
Yeah, that's a specific. We're talking about grass lawns, and that, like I just said then,
No.
time is not a valid objection. I'm gonna have
Nope.
to say, I'm afraid that is not a good justification
So-
for growing grass.
Cross that one off your list. That doesn't count.
No,
Next.
it doesn't.
Next, what are they going to throw at us next, Luke? They're going to... Right, we've done that. Yeah, I don't need food. What else? What else?
I like space, open space.
Well, I must admit, I do like a kickabout every now and again on my lawn here. This is where I grew up. We don't live here anymore, but it is good to have a kickabout. And we had some good little football matches on this lawn, chipping golf balls about and things like that. But
Yeah.
again, remember, opportunity cost.
I want
not
to
gonna go into that.
I want
Go
to
on.
make something clear actually on this, because we do look like absolute hypocrites right now.
Yeah,
We've got a lawn, got a big lawn behind us, but the only reason we've got a lawn is because we've got space to grow a garden as well. If we didn't have any space, I would 100% sacrifice this lawn to grow food, because it's more important than a quick kickabout.
Exactly, yeah. Can you hear all the birds? Do you know why those birds are here? That is not because
Of grass.
Yeah, that's not because of it's not because of grass. Although they do like to come in here to pick worms from the, but anyway. That is
Point
because we actually have some trees, bushes, shrubbery for these birds to actually, have a habitat to live in. And it's all like one big ecosystem. It might not look like it right now, but just over the hedge on Luke's left, we have a full, almost forest-like food system where there's insects. We even have deer that come in there. We have owls. We have everything. Just, it's unbelievable. Check out one of our other videos if you want to see that. But that is, that's just the reason I wanted to highlight. Just the birds. That doesn't exist. Even when a little bit of life starts to get established on your lawn,
Like a flower, like a weed.
like just a little flower, you think I'm going to mow that down.
A little daisy.
I'm going to
pops
spray
up.
some glyphosate on there,
Yeah.
some weed killer, whatever. Right, but that is important. Even if the UK just converted all their lawns to almost like wildflower meadows,
Yeah.
that would be a dream
would-
for the insects and the bees and the butterflies. And
Every-
that would start regenerating the
Yeah.
system. And you might think, why do I care about them? Well, you need them because you're dependent on this ecosystem.
Actually, Jack, you've hit a bit of a soft point there. People love bees. People have this
They don't,
obsession.
though.
They do. It's like a.
They don't realise how important.
They don't realise how important they are, but they love them.
yeah,
They don't know why.
right. Well, let me just say, you need them. You
Yeah.
need the whole ecosystem because we are animals. I don't know why I have to stress that all the time, but we are animals and we are dependent on the ecosystem to actually live and survive.
Yeah.
And at the
Without,
moment,
without them, we don't have food to eat. Which
we
can't
don't have
live
any
off.
resources. On a grand scheme of things, we don't have any resources at all. And
Yeah.
we have decimated the nature in this country. And a big part of that is people not taking care of their own lawns. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Like I said though, it doesn't even matter if you've got a tiny lawn. Like
nope.
it's the collective. If everyone did their part, imagine a full row of terrace houses. Everyone decided their back garden was going to be a little nature spot, a little spot where they're growing food. As a collective, it would be very, very impactful. But the problem is, it's too isolated. There's so few organic gardens, it's ridiculous.
True. I'm just thinking, I'm looking at a field now. With what farmers are doing with their land is much, much worse because it's on a bigger scale and they are destroyed. Their fields are even more lifeless than your lawn.
Yeah.
And that's hard for you to imagine. I know you've not seen any life in your lawn, but that is true. These places are, if a farmer sees even a sign of life in their field, they'll go and kill it immediately because this is what they're like.
Yeah.
I know, I've seen them. I know farmers, seen them, they live around us, okay. So anyway,
What's another reason why people want to grow a lawn instead of growing a garden?
Go
What's
on.
a common objection? No, I'm asking you, what is a common objection to have?
you clearly want to have one in your mind, don't you?
No, I don't. I was just trying
Right,
to move the
okay.
video on.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know if we talked about this before, but the purpose. You have a piece of land. Humans, a natural instinct of the human animal, is to take care and steward the land. Okay, and I don't know how you can feel that when you have a grass lawn. It's more important than you think. This is again a reason why people today, young people, are not feeling purpose in their life because they don't have any land to manage. When actually they do. Probably a lot of people rent these days though. But this is the problem. People didn't used to rent back then. You used to have a piece of land even if it was the family house, you know, a garden, and you're going to feel much more of that sense of purpose when you know, are producing food on your own land.